Welcome back to the channel. I'm coming through with another video on this Sunday evening, and I'm going to let you guys in on how to tell if somebody is using you in the easiest possible way to know this, if this is true. And before I get into this topic, I just want to say I'm going to give you guys a quick little secret on how I do a lot of these videos and how I come up with a lot of these good topics. And the main reason why they are so good is because they are actually real. Like, really real. I feel a lot of things that some people do, they sugarcoat it at least a little bit. These are not sugar-coated whatsoever, and they're actually as real as it gets, these topics. And how I come up with so many of these videos is looking back at my past. I used to have a lot of unanswered questions. I used to have a lot of thoughts on why certain things would go the way they'd go, and not really know why. But as you get a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little bit more mature, and start to see clearly, start to see things for what they really are, you start to come up with answers for everything that has happened, and you start to see everything for what it really was. Now you start to get those answers, and now you can put them into words, and that's basically how I do a lot of these topics. That's where it comes from. It doesn't come from anybody else. It doesn't come from anything I learn. It's basically all real stuff. A lot of these videos. And this is another one right here where I look back and see this situation for what it was. So I'm going to explain in this video the easiest way to tell if somebody is using you, and that is, if you were hanging out with somebody, let's say, and you feel weird, you feel weird vibes, you don't feel like you were vibing with this person, you feel like they're just sort of there. And in this case, this is going to make you feel worse than if it was just you. Trust and believe when I say this. You would rather be by yourself than have somebody else sitting beside you in a vehicle or anywhere else if you're chilling at a house. It doesn't matter. If you're not feeling good energy, if you don't feel like this person is there for you too, then there's a huge chance that they're just using you. They're just there for what you have. Maybe you have a vehicle and they don't have one. Maybe you have money and they don't got none, so they decide to ride with you. So whenever they get with you, now it feels off. It doesn't feel like they're your actual friend. Like you're not vibing, you're not bonding, you're not on the same page. You feel more alone when you're with them than if you were by yourself. The vibes you give yourself when you're by yourself are better than the vibes this person is giving you, right? It's the easiest way to tell if somebody is using you. The easiest way. Because I've also had friends before where we're hanging out, having the time of our lives, everything's going good, everything's going smooth, you're both laughing your asses off, you're in the moment, no bad vibes, you're both just having fun. You both have your own stuff maybe, you know? They're not there for no selfish or self-centered gains just to get something from you. because maybe they need something that they can't get by themselves. So they decide, I'm going to hit this person up so I can get what I want. That's their mindset whenever they go with you or you meet up with them. So it's going to be weird. It's going to be off. And they don't have your heart. They don't have your best interest at heart, you know? And it's a weird thing when this happens because it's awkward. Like, they must think you're stupid or something, you know? It's like you're taking care of them almost. It's like you're taking care of a kid. A small kid that don't got anything, that's just sort of there. They're not with you to bond with you. They're not there to create memories. They're not there to do some fun shit together, to shoot the shit. They're just sort of there, hanging on to you. It's crazy. The mindset that these types of people have is crazy because it still happens to this day. You might meet up with somebody you used to know in the past or something like this, or you might see them out and about. And it's just nothing but weird vibes, you know? Even if you come across a person, it's just, you can tell something's off. Those are the types of people you want to stay so far away from and never let them in your sight. You don't have to bash them. You don't have to tell them off. You don't have to do any of this. Just, okay, see you later. You know, you don't have to tell them that either, but you can think that way, you know? I'd rather be alone than have any of these types of people in my life, and you guys should be the exact same way. They're dangerous individuals. They don't have a heart. They don't have souls. It's just how it is. It's like, it is a narcissistic trait. Like it is, you know? That's what these soulless, heartless people do. They don't appreciate. They don't appreciate anything. They don't have anything. They're fucking lost. And they can't get themselves to where they need to be because they won't make those hard moves that they need to make in order to get themselves to where they need to be. So they just sponge off everybody else. Did these people have hard upbringings? There's a good chance. And that's why they do the things that they do. But since they had that hard upbringing, you don't want to feel sorry for them. You don't want to do this because you're just letting them into your life. You're letting them suck you dry. That's the only thing they're doing. And for your own best interest, you don't want these people anywhere near you unless you want everything taken from you. If that's what you want. Because what they're going to do is they're going to be around you. They're going to take whatever they can get from you. They're going to make it seem like it's not that way, but it is that way. And someday they're going to be gone. And you guys won't be friends. This could even be a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you have. Like, this happens in every situation. Parents and kids, kids and parents, it happens all the time. So, this is something you guys might want to think about, because being too nice of a person, which I feel a lot of people on this channel have those type of traits. I know I was that person because I was brought up this way, to be nice to everybody, respect everybody, but I was way too nice, way too caring, way too giving, did way too much for people that I should never have done shit for, and it only comes back to bite you in the ass, doing nice things, being the nice guy, or the nice girl. it just ends up hurting us in the long run because we were that nice person that did things we just shouldn't have, point blank period. Why should we do this for these people if they won't do the same for us? Live by that. Like, don't do anything for somebody if they won't do the same thing for you. That's something you have to live by. And it actually hurts when you do so much for somebody and you know afterwards, when everything's said and done, that they were never really your friend. They were never really there for you. They were just there for themselves. Right? But it's a big eye-opener. These things have to happen also because it shows us the truth. And we move on in life. And become successful because we don't make these same mistakes. These mistakes are harsh. They actually hurt. They actually do. So just be careful who you're dealing with, because not everybody that's riding with you is really there for the reasons you think. A lot of the time it's actually not. It's hard to even hang out with somebody nowadays to actually go and do something fun. You both got your own shit. You both agree to do something fun. Now you just go. It's hard like to find shit like this. It just is. Because most people ain't about shit. I don't know what the fuck everybody's doing, but like most people really ain't about shit. Nobody's about having fun. Everybody's caught up in some bullshit, you know? Things used to be a lot different before this world took a change for the worst. Things used to be way better. But it is what it is, you know? We gotta keep living our life. We gotta keep doing what we're doing no matter what. We're not saving nobody. These people gotta save themselves and grow a pair of nuts and get on with their shit. Be more positive. Have more energy. Stop doing things so selfishly, you know? It's what they do. And it makes no sense. They're not happy with themselves. How could they possibly hang out with you and bond and have a good time and do something fun? They're so stuck in their ways. Avoid people like this. I spent way too much time dealing with people like this my whole life. And I didn't see it for what it was clearly, even though things felt off. Like I said, at the time, I couldn't put it into words, but I can now. And it is what it is. It's good that we know this, because we don't have to let it happen again. We don't have to waste our time on these types of people ever again. And that's pretty much all I got to say for this topic, guys. So just be aware of these people. Don't let them close to you. Don't let them sponge off you. And carry on and keep doing whatever you're doing. And the right people will show up. You have to be the best you can be, so the right people will show up and stay. You guys can bond together. You guys can live together. You guys can be together. You guys can do whatever you want to do together. And it'll be actually good times. And you're not on the down low with these down low people that are just there to sponge. Right? It's not where you want to be. You don't want to be no savior type of person that's always saving other people. Always doing things for other people. It's not where you want to be. I'm going to cut this video off now. I'll be back with a more solid video tomorrow. Have a good evening. I'm out.